It's Wednesday, the 1st of July, 2020. Hello and welcome to Joy News at 6. 390 new COVID-19 cases in Ghana, 17,741 in total, 112 deaths and 13,268 recoveries.
We'll be burying 5 at a go. We're going to bury more. We only want to alert the public. The COVID is real, and therefore protect yourself. Observe the national protocol measures to protect yourself, protect your family.
Joy News at 6 is live on Joy 99.7 FM and hits 103.5 FM in Accra, Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi, affiliates across Ghana's 16 regions including Golu 91.7 FM, Upper West, Bando FM in Volta region, Bishara Radio Northern and Sky FM in Buno. Around the world is at myjoyonline.com. This morning, we are live from digital address GA0993341. Coming up, doctors grouping the Ghana Medical Association wants EC chairperson and other commissioners held responsible for a surge in COVID-19 cases in Ghana following mass disregard for safety protocols.
Who were not respecting any of the safety protocols. Of course, you may find a few people in mask, but the large majority had thrown that mask bit into the gutter.
And the minority caucus in the Volta region says it will resort to Plan B as government ignores their call to withdraw military officials deployed to the region following expiration of their one-day ultimatum.
We heard from the minister today in response to our press conference an ultimatum given to government to withdraw the military personnel from our border town. He said that we have Plan B and that Plan B will follow through.
And coming up in business, government sets to review fiscal agreements covering oil exploration in the country with details in 15 minutes.
Also, government seeks to press criminal charges against social media star Rosamond Brown, popularly known as Ekwepin Polo, after naked photos of her before her 7-year-old son went viral on social media.
CID has also invited her to interrogation tomorrow. And I think that she's going to be held under the Criminal and Other Offences Act.
Meanwhile, Child Rights International has already petitioned the CID to investigate the matter. Let's settle for the details now. The Ghana Medical Association says the Electoral Commission Chairperson Jean Mensah and other commissioners should be held personally responsible for any surge in COVID-19 cases in the country. It follows mass disregard for COVID-19 protocols at voter registration centers across the country on day one of the exercise. We'll hear from the GMA shortly. First though, Ohim Interior with how things panned out in the Ejisu and Ashanti region.
14 registration centers in 4 communities in the constituency are being covered in phase 1 of the exercise. Some residents of Menchia, Besianse, Jamase and Bonwe woke up at dawn to join queues for the exercise. Rashid Abdusalam spent hours at the registration center before the process began.
Electoral
officials are happy at the turnout and comportment of will-be voters at the centers. Edward Jemfi is the municipal electoral officer for Ejisu.
Registration is going on. The COVID protocols are being observed, and all the people that have met at the various centers, all the arrangement that we put in place from the centers that I've been to, I've seen that everything is going on.
From Ejisu for Joy News, I'm Interior reporting.
And here in Accra, observe the registration in one of Ghana's hotspots, the Dodo constituency. Take a listen.
Disagreement and confusion. Woman who was hurling invectives at registration officials for the delay in the registration was nearly attacked. 75-year-old Isaac Mensah has been standing here for the past 5 hours.
That is very poor because they're supposed to start at 7 a.m. I'm a Gold Coast man. I was born in 1945 and we know a birth certificate. Because we use birth certificate to acquire the Ghana card you're talking about. And now we are not using birth certificate.
According to some representatives of the political parties, a decision by the EC registration officials to exclude some widely publicized registration centers caused the disagreement. Social distancing and all the safety protocol were disregarded. Some of the residents have been justifying their actions.
Distance that we are talking, as of now, the program now started. That's why we are organizing ourselves together. So after that, we let the social distance should be.
Observations in the Ododo-Dio constituency. Meanwhile, the coalition of domestic election observers gave this assessment of the first day of the exercise.
From our reporters, there's every indication that in almost all the regions, the protocol thing has just gone to the wind. The other issues are fine. The exercise took off smoothly. I was talking to the policeman and was trying to find out why people were just not obeying the rules. And the policeman told me, my brother, we have tried several times to put them to order. The registration officer, I spoke to him also. He also said the same thing. And that they had all given up.
Albert Hein is coordinator of CODIO. Director of Electoral Services, Dr. Sriwokwaku, says Day 1 has been largely successful, but the Commission will put in measures to ensure that the second day of the exercise becomes better.
The figures are beyond my expectations. I knew initially we will have teaching programs and then they come and you address them. And once they teach a new one, some of the people who have not used them before, it's like being given a new phone. Once they give you a new phone, it takes time for you to adjust to the usage. So you can see that the figures will be picking up as we move along. We will have to sanction any officer who goes ahead to register somebody who is not observing the protocol. Those people who come to appreciate that if you don't observe the protocol, they will not be registered. They will be compelled to observe them.
Dr. Sriwokwaku there. Well, the Ghana Medical Association says the commissioners at the Electoral Commission must be held responsible for any spike in COVID-19 cases. Justice Youngson is General Secretary.
Some of the places we were still jammed with people who were not respecting any of the safety protocols. Of course, you may find a few people in mask, but the large majority had thrown that mask bit into the gutters. They were not respecting any of the social distancing activities or as required by all of us to do. And we did not see the EC actually in charge, trying to ensure that the right safety activities are practiced. We think that it is their responsibility because they are the ones actually undertaking this particular exercise. Once that hasn't happened or is not happening, then they should be held responsible by the state.
Justice Youngson is General Secretary of the Ghana Medical Association. Let's move on to other stories. And the Minority Voter Caucus in Parliament says it will resort to what it terms as Plan B as government ignores its call to withdraw military personnel deployed to the region. A 24-hour ultimatum issued by the group on Monday for the withdrawal of the soldiers expired yesterday, with the troops still on the ground in Aflawin and other towns in the Ketu South constituency of the Volta region, which borders neighboring Togo. The minority alleges that security deployment is to intimidate and prevent prospective voters in the NDC stronghold from participating in the voter registration exercise. Government denies this. Here's Defense Minister Dominic Nitiwo.
I want to let the chiefs and people of the voter region know that the information the NDC minority, former President John Mahama is feeding them is pure propaganda. It should be ignored. It's pure mischief. It's pure propaganda. We have deployed across the entire country.
Dominic Nitiwo is Defense Minister, but speaking on News 90 here on Joy FM, Chairman of the Volta Regional Caucus, Emmanuel Bedra, said they'll proceed with what he calls Plan B.
We still stand by our ultimatum, which elapsed today. The minister came out clearly to indicate that government will not withdraw troops that they've sent to the various border towns. We have our Plan B, and we still stand by our Plan B. So our Plan B is our Plan B. Every military strategist will tell you that my Plan B is my Plan B, and Plan B remains my Plan B.
Chairman of the Volta Regional Caucus, Emmanuel Bedra. To some sports stories, the 2019-2020 Ghana Premier League season has been cancelled. The 12-member FA Executive Council voted unanimously yesterday to annul the season, citing the COVID-19 pandemic. The league had been on hold since the outbreak of the disease in March. So what does this mean for the future of the Football League? My colleague Benedict also explores.
It gives us the opportunity to go in tandem with the European calendar. Now, many of the major leagues are coming to an end. They'll go through the transfer season. They'll go through the pre-season. It just gives us the opportunity to also look at ourselves, organize our things well, and then go for what we've all been clamoring for a very long time, to just have our season.
Benedict Obusu there. Let's do some entertainment stories. The Gender Ministry says it is working on bringing social media star and actress Ikea Pimpolo to book for a viral photo of her stark naked with her in front of a 7-year-old son. Already, children's rights NGO Child Rights International has petitioned the police